Hello, everyone. My name is Rodney Madison, and this is my professional dispositions video. Question number one: what qualities, behaviors, and values are indicative of the professional school counselor, and what standards guide my thinking and action? Well, there are various qualities that are indicative of a professional school counselor. They include good communication qualities, and school counselors play a bigger role in listening and communicating with the students and responding thoughtfully to the issues affecting them. It is through good communication skills that the school counselor is able to listen to the issues of the students. This essentially can be learned through training. However, someone like myself, who's gone through tough experiences throughout life, have developed good communication skills that I believe will work efficiently with the students. Also, empathy is an essential quality that a school counselor is supposed to possess. It will be required that the school counselor help the student deal with the bullying and problems at home, and this can be achieved effectively when the school counselor empathizes with the student. Empathy will also enable the counselor to respond to the student's issues in a compassionate manner. Furthermore, the school counselor is supposed to behave in a friendly manner to enable the students to get through the courage to approach them and share with them their problems. I assume that the students will tend to shy away from sharing their problems with the school counselor because the counselor will be viewed as distant and cold. I feel it is important for the school counselor to behave warmly toward the students as well as their teachers and parents. Also, the school counselor should be able to understand the diversity of the students. The problems that are facing the students are sometimes originated from home and their sexual orientation or socioeconomic status or their race. The counselor should be able to be in a position to consider and understand all of these factors to effectively work with the students. And I believe that an effective school counselor should be able to help and listen to students from diverse backgrounds. Question number two: what disposition do I recognize as strengths that will make me a successful school counselor? The professional conduct is my disposition that I recognize as a strength that will enable me to become a successful school counselor. This disposition enables me to make sound judgments and behave in an ethical manner. Through this, I'm able to exhibit good initiatives and education in the activities that I'm undertaking. I have the skills that enable me to initiate different counseling programs and dedicate most of my energy to them. Through this disposition, I can maintain the students' privacy, which will improve their level of trust with me, and the students will only feel free to share their issues with someone that they believe will not tell everyone about them. This is because some of the issues that the students open up to me will be confidential and could potentially ruin their reputation if shared with someone else. Also, curiosity will be another strength that I will be using to succeed as a school counselor. This trait enables me to promote curiosity and encourage activities by inquiring about issues for the students and making sure that some of the students tend not to open up until they are asked questions. And because I'm able to ask the students questions during the counseling, I'm able to get more information about their issues, which is essential when doing counseling. I can also compel the students to be curious, enabling them to explore and seek answers. R.J. Marciano states that curiosity can be created in students through creating opportunities for exploring the students as well as inquiry-based learning and activities. I can also challenge the status quo in the student, enabling them to see life from different perspectives. Question number three: how do the dispositions demonstrate my ability to understand other cultures, genders, and learning differences to build strong relationships with students and families? Well, the professional conduct in student counseling requires a student to act and treat the entire student equally without any discrimination. With this disposition, I can understand diverse students and treat them without discriminating them, which will enable me to develop good relationships with them. In school, the student and I will be handling different cultural backgrounds and beliefs and values through all of the counseling sessions. The disposition of professional conduct enables me, as a student counselor, to understand all of these cultures and consider them when counseling the students. The students will build a strong relationship with the person that they feel better understands them and their cultural background, and they'll believe that such individual is closer to their own, and they can relate more to that person. As a result, they will tend to open up more, and it'll make counseling a lot more easier and efficient. The curiosity is a disposition that promotes diversity that will enable me to understand all gender races and feel comfortable about taking part in counseling with anyone of different races and genders. This will enable me to ask and understand students' questions on their perspective on various issues, making the counseling more effective. When I understand the students' perspectives by asking questions, they'll become comfortable, which builds my relationship with them. So, curiosity will enable me to want to know the details of the cultural background of the student as well as their stance on various issues pertaining to their gender. I believe that when the students realize that I know and understand their background and their beliefs on some issues, they'll be much closer to me as the counselor, and we will be able to build strong relationships with them. Their families can also be comfortable with me as a counselor, making work a lot more easier. Question number 4. What disposition do I find as areas of growth as I enter school on a first year as a first year counselor? When I enter as a first year counselor, I will reflect on areas of growth. This is a disposition that will enable me to seek feedback from the students in order to understand the process of counseling. As well, I will be able to monitor and adjust actions based on the reflective practices. I also find fairness as an area of growth, as I have to ensure I promote social justice and equity in my work. Fairness in all doings as a counselor also require me to maintain high standards of confidentiality, which will help me to improve the trust of students which will between them and I. Therefore, I have to work on strengthening these dispositions. Question number 5. How do I anticipate using feedback from the annual performance evaluations, observations, and data on student performance to adjust any disposition and teaching practices to benefit learning? I will use the feedback I receive from my annual performance evaluation to improve my counseling skills. This evaluation will entail the areas in which I'm performing well and the areas I'm not and need improvement with. This disposition, I will have to look at my scores, and if they are low, it'll be able to guide me to work on considering the recommendations that are given to me. The students' performance are also a good indicator of the performance of the counseling interventions. The students are not able to learn efficiently when they have issues that need to be addressed through counseling. So when the students are performing poorly, it will be an indicator that counseling needs to be addressed, and therefore I will be able to improve my performance in counseling.